I don't know from where should I begin. Where do I begin? About Avengers Endgame. There are moments where we are cheering alone. There are moments where everybody in the audience, almost everybody is cheering. There are moments where you feel emotional. There are moments where almost everyone feels emotional. And there are moments where you're like, did anybody notice what I just noticed? Now, it goes without saying that anyone who goes to see Avengers Endgame should have seen all the Marvel movies. But there are essential movies that you have to see in order to understand and appreciate what you're going to see in Endgame. For example, you should have seen the Thor trilogy, especially The Dark World. You should have seen Avengers 1, 2, and 3, Iron Man trilogy, Captain America, the trilogy, Guardians of the Galaxy is important to see, and Captain Marvel. And it's very important that you should have watched Doctor Strange. If you did not, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange, you should see it because there is a scene in there that you will not appreciate unless you've seen Doctor Strange. Now, um, what else? The movie is, I could say it met my expectations and even more. I don't want to talk about how it exceeded my expectations because I don't like to set anybody's expectations high up. But I'll tell you one thing. Don't be affected by other people's opinions on this movie. What I mean by that is, if I'm saying the movie's really good from my perspective, don't expect it to be. And if somebody else that you know that has already seen the movie tells you that it's not as good or it was meh, don't listen to anybody's positive or negative views because if you've seen all the Marvel movies in the MCU, you will have your own perspective about this movie. Um, I mean, 80% of the people I know, they enjoyed it very much. They said it was a solid 10 out of 10. 20% said it's not what they expected, it could have been better. They were expecting more of that character or expecting less of this character. So I'm saying this just to make a point that you decide for yourself. For me, I think it was a great ending, a great finale. Um, there's there's something for everyone in this movie, for each type of audience. There's stuff I want to talk about and how it made me feel. I mean, there are other things I want to talk about that I felt from this movie after and within while watching, but if I mention them, you might be able to predict something that's going to happen in the movie. So, yeah, speaking of predictions, there are things that you might be able to predict while watching the movie. There are other things that are unpredictable, and I'm happy that they happened. There are other unpredictable things that made me go like, no, 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 you're not doing this. Seriously, are you gonna do this? Really, Rooster Brothers? Anyway, worth watching, definitely. It's for me. It's I was gonna say 9.5 out of 10, but I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because where the movie might lack a few things, or where it might default in a few things, it really makes up for it in other things by a lot. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the end game.